Hi boys and girls, welcome back. In this episode, we'll be learning about sets. Our objective: associate the members of a set with the properties of that set. Identify members of finite and infinite sets. So again, our objectives: associate the members of a set with the properties of that set and identify members of finite and infinite sets. Let's look at this first activity. Observe the apps below. Okay, so this look like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, Telegram, Snapchat, TikTok, and all those others. So what name is given to the apps above? We'd call all of these what? Social media. Select 3 that you consider to be similar. Alright. 3 of them that you consider similar. I know WhatsApp and Telegram similar in that you send messages. Well, Twitter as well. So I think these 3, you focus on sending messages first. So that's what they have in common. Alright. Okay, cool. Observe these sets below and state whether their members could be counted or not. Alright, sun grains in the world. That wouldn't even make sense counting. Let's go with this. All the classroom items shown. So they show the pencil, the blackboard, the calendar, glue, chair, staples, backpack, clips, pins, books, ruler, desk, notebook, scissors, calculator, compass, highlighter, sharpener, pencil case, eraser. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. But if they show all of them, then we can count them. Right? But this one, let's go again. The amount of water in the ocean. You can count the water in the ocean. Huh. Students in a class. That we can count because every day Miss takes the register and she knows how many students are in the class for that day. Imagine being at the beach with your family and finding a bag full of seashells. You observe that there are different seashells in the bag. You decided you want to group them by color, size, shape, and even types. By so doing, you are creating different sets of seashells. Again, by so doing, you are creating different sets of seashells. Now, what is a set? A set may be defined as a group of items which have things in common. The items in the set are called members or elements of the set. For example, the set of colors in the rainbow are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Again, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Now, this, we can remember this by saying Roy, R-O-Y, red, orange, yellow, G, B-I-V, Biv. So Roy, G, Biv. Curly brackets are used to enclose the members of a set. So in this science link here, so you see this carries over to science. We had curly brackets that surrounded the red, the orange, the yellow, the blue, the green, the blue, the indigo, and the violet. A comma is used to separate the elements of a set. So between the red and the orange, there's a comma. Between the orange and the yellow, another comma, and so on. Now, Let's look back at the bag of seashells. You were able to count all the seashells in the bag. Because you were able to count how many the bag contains, this set of seashells is called a finite set. A finite set is defined as a set in which all the members can be counted. For example, all the students in your classroom, teachers in your school. Once we can count the number, it is a finite set. What if I asked you to count all the grains of sand on a beach? Could you count them? I'm sure not. This kind of set is called an infinite set. An infinite set is the opposite of a finite set in that these sets are uncountable. The elements cannot be counted, or they are too much to count, or they keep going on and never stop. Some people would say there's no practical reason for counting them. So all the numbers in the world, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and you go on. You just keep going on. In this case, you just keep going on and on and on. All the strands on hair strand on your head, no practical reason. Numbers of trees in the world, no practical reason. Number of stars in the sky, can't count them. They are all impossible to count. What if there is a set with no members? What are those sets called? Do you know? Have you ever seen a lion with 4 eyes or a unicorn in real life? I haven't. These sets have no members and are called empty sets. Let's extend the lesson with this activity here. Write whether the sets below are finite, infinite, or empty. Let's go. So we're going to write whether they are finite, infinite, or empty. So primary colors. Primary colors. Is this finite or infinite or empty? Well, we know it's not. Not empty. And we know they have a certain amount of them. So it is not infinite, so finite. Maybe you can tell us what they are in our general discussion, okay? But we're only expected to write finite, infinite, or empty. Even numbers. So we could keep going by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Do we stop? Okay. Cars in the world. Birds in the sea. Veins in the human body. Major religions in the world. Political parties in Jamaica. Independent countries in the Caribbean. Last one now, evaluate. Give a name which best describes the elements in the sets below and tell whether they are finite or infinite. So what is the name for I? Suzuki Swift, Nissan Note, Toyota Corolla, RAV4, Kia Sorento. What are these all called? J, German Shepherd, Bulldog, Labrador Retriever, Chihuahua, Poodle. So what are those all called? 11. KFC, Tasty, Burger King, Mother's, Island Grill. Those are all called. Alright. Number 12. We have a half, a quarter, 1/5, 1/8, and 2/9. What are those called? Then we have letters of the alphabet. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Number 15, O. Cars with 20 windows. Have you ever seen a car with 20 windows? So will this set be finite or infinite? Okay. Challenge. Look around your home and school. Identify things that have common traits and group them together. Name your groups and say whether your groups belong to a finite or infinite set. So in this episode, we looked at sets. Were you able to associate the members of a set with the properties of that set? Were you able to identify members of a finite set versus an infinite set? If you were able to do all these things, then we would have had a successful lesson. Take care, complete your evaluation activity, and we will see you in the next episode.